Hi, welcome back to my channel, you guys. So today I'll be doing my first ever storytime video. I did try to make this a get ready with me and I started filming it, but I was not very happy with it. Getting distracted with the makeuping process, so yeah, life as H anyway. So yes, I started making this video as a get ready with me, didn't work out, so here we are. So yes, on with the story. Not so long ago, I was living through every hair and makeup artist nightmare. I was late to an appointment. Now, a little bit of background story on that. As some of you guys may or may not know, I'm originally from Germany, and at a very, very young age, they drill it into our tiny little brains that it is not an option to be late. I was always taught from a very young age, be early, never be late. Even being 5 minutes early is late for me. I get panicky feelings, I get very upset. It's like an OCD thing with me. I cannot be late for things. It makes me so nervous. Even if I leave 1 minute later than I should, I would just lose my shit. Anyway, I got up at 5 a.m. that morning and left at 6 a.m. So I live in Northwest London. This particular agency booking happened to be East Central. I'm not going to give you guys exact locations due to obvious reasons. Those of you guys who live in London or have been here can kind of get a rough idea of how long that should take. So I live Northwest London on the Bakerloo line, so I had to get to Baker Street to get the Metropolitan line to get into East Central London. Now normally if you leave according to a proper time, this should not take more than 32 minutes. I could have left at 6:30 for my 7 a.m. booking, but I left at 6 just so I can make sure I am on time. So I left at 6 in the AM. Not a minute sooner, not a minute later. Get to my station, do my little thing. Now I get to Baker Street Station and I get on the train on time. So I get on the Metropolitan line and it's just sitting there for about 5 minutes, which I think, okay, you know what? I've got time. Not even worried. The door's shut. Where I'm thinking, yay, we're going! And for some reason, the train just stops on the tracks. Not in a tunnel, so we're still on the tracks. I still have internet on my phone. So first, again, not too worried. I left at 6 in the morning. It is 6:15. I'm still okay-ish. So 5 minutes pass, we're still on the tracks, and I am starting to get a little nervous because it is about 6:15, 6:20-ish. I'm starting to think a little not liking this. So the moment it gets about 6:20, I email my agency to let them know I'm stuck on the tracks. I might be about 5-10 minutes late. I don't know when we're moving, but we've been here for about 5 minutes. Another 10 minutes go by and we're still sitting there. Now mind you, at this point, I'm starting to get those panicky feelings that go up your spine. You know, that really cold chill that makes you very uncomfortable and very, very just nervous. So I'm getting nervous. I send another email letting them know, okay, I'm still stuck on the tracks. There's nothing I can do. You can't just get on or off a train when it's on the tracks. It's just impossible. Another 5 minutes go by. Mind you, now this is 25 minutes have gone by and we're still sitting there. And then finally, we stop moving, we get to Portland Street and the train just cancels. It just fluffing cancels. I'm slightly starting to lose my noggin here. I check City Mapper and it tells me that the Hammersmith and City and the Circle Line are also cancelled. At this point, I'm panicking. I write another email letting them know the situation. I take screenshots of City Mapper to show that all these trains have been cancelled. So next thing, I'm checking for buses. All the buses to this particular area that I need to be would take over an hour and I would have to change 2 to 3 times, which is just not an option. What do? I go back to Baker Street with the next Metropolitan line that came in. So I went back. I thought, okay, you know what? I can take the Jubilee line and then the Central line to get where I need to go in East Central London. So I write another email letting them know I'm getting on the Underground. I will still try to get to this booking, but just know I will be very late at this point. Now, once I get to my station, mind you, it's not the station I needed to be at. This is another station, which is about a 8 to 12 minute walk from the hotel I need to be at. So again, it's another thing I just don't need in this part of the day. Just a little background on this. Now, the agency in question does not open until 7. So the 6 a.m. times where I'm emailing them, there's no one in office, but at least they can see that I have been trying to get in contact with them. Finally, after 7, when I'm off the tube, I have 4G on my phone, I'm calling them. Finally, I get someone on the phone. So I'm talking to the girl in the office saying, did you get any of my emails? She said, yes, we've already contacted her. She's very upset, but she says, just get there as soon as you can. And I thought, I understand. Of course she's gonna be upset. I am late as so I'm just gonna do my best to do this booking Now mind you, hair and makeup for a day look is about an hour and a half. I was running about half-hour late. Technically, I still have an hour to do this woman's hair and makeup, which, you know what, I can still manage to do. I have done full hair and makeup in about an hour. I can still manage. I will do this. So with my Sailor Moon buns, I run off and I start running to this booking because in the name of the moon, I will make you look fabulous. So at this point, I'm running off the phone and I run with 140 kilos right behind my phone, looking at the map, seeing where I need to go. On the other hand, I've got my case. I look like a hot mess. So I finally get to the hotel, sweating, panting, feeling it, not feeling it, whichever. Get to concierge. And they ask me if I'm checking in. I say, no, I need to have the room number for this person. And the woman next to him goes, oh, are you the makeup artist? And I say, yes, I am. The quicker you guys can get me up, the better. And they say, no problem. We will call her right now to let her know that you are here. So he gets on the phone with this client, lets her know that I'm here. And he does something that no concierge has ever done when I go to a hotel for a booking. He hands me the phone, to which I think, what? So I take the phone, and on the other end is a super angry woman who says, you were supposed to be here at 7 in the morning. To which I respond, I am so very sorry. I wrote the agency many emails. I called them to let them know the situation. I was stuck on the tracks. There was no way that I could get here any earlier. To which she interrupts me and says, yeah, but you should have been here at 7. And to which I go again, I'm so very, very sorry. I know it's my fault, but stuck on the tracks, there was nothing I could do. And I found an alternative route of getting here. Yeah, but you're late. And I said, yes, we have another hour's worth of booking time. I can still make this right. I can still do your hair and makeup. She says, yeah, but I have to leave in 12 minutes. I do not want to pay for 12 minutes worth of hair and makeup. And this woman is starting to get very rude, condescending, shouting at me, and I'm just trying very hard to just remain professional without sounding like I'm making excuses. So I tell her, anything to do with payment, you're gonna have to speak to the agency. I don't work with payment through this agency. All I'm responsible for is to do hair and makeup, which I can still do for you now. And she just keeps shouting that she doesn't want to pay for 12 minutes. And I said, well, we still have another hour. And she says, no, I'm being picked up in 12 minutes by my car. This was now at 7:28. If she only had 12 minutes, that would have meant that the booking would have only lasted 45 minutes, which is not that much time to do a whole job of hair and makeup on a face and hair that you have never seen before. Now, I know I can do it, but normally it's just easier to do with a face that you're very familiar with. Now, if you're a makeup artist, you probably understand more or less what I'm talking about, but for those of you that don't work in this industry, there are some clients where you just cannot say for certain how long it's going to take, because you know how quickly you work, but you don't know how much you're going to be held up by this person. So at this point, I'm saying, yeah, but we still have another hour. And then she starts shouting at me saying, you should have left earlier. You should have left earlier. You should have been here on time. To which I'm going, left earlier? Darling, I left at 6 in the morning for a trip that would have taken me 32 minutes. Left earlier? Do you know who I am? Because I did not say on the phone because, again, professional. So I tell her, with all due respect, I left at 6 in the morning for a trip that should have taken me 32 minutes. Yes, I was planning on being early, but no one told me that I was supposed to. And again, she keeps interrupting me, shouting at me, you should have been here earlier. The booking started at 7, I have to leave. And I said, well, would you still like for me to come up and see what I can do within this time? And then she just, again, shouts, you should have been here at 7, and hangs up the phone. So at this point, I'm thinking, okay. I pass the phone back to concierge. He just asks me, so would you like me to take you up? I said, I really don't know. She hung up on me. I have no idea what I'm supposed to do. I go outside in the courtyard, I call my agency, I explain everything that happened. And at this point, another woman shows up and asks me, are you the makeup artist? And I'm going, oh yes, are you the person? Because at this point I was confused, because the woman I spoke to on the phone was American. The woman that just came was Scottish, so I can kind of tell this is not the same woman. I'm just going, oh, do you work for said client? So let's call her Lucy. So Lucy comes up to me and says, no, I'm her assistant, very late, what happened? So I explained to Lucy. So I just let my agency know, I will call you back, and I turn my full attention to Lucy. So Lucy asks what happened. I explained to her the whole situation, and Lucy says, well, I was never notified. Your agency must have talked to the other assistant. Let's call her Tamsin. So Tamsin never told Lucy or the client that I was going to be late, which as an assistant, I don't know the whole situation. I can't say, I've never met Tamsin, but all I'm just saying is there must have been a miscommunication on one end or the other. I really just do not know. So Lucy, very sweet, very calm, very kind, she tells me, okay, I'm gonna try and get you up because you do technically still have time on the booking. So, and I said, I am so sorry, I will do my absolute best to do this job as quickly and as efficiently as I can. So she's texting the client. At one point she just kind of comes back and she says, I don't think she's going to want you to come up, and I don't want to put you in a situation that might be not ideal for you, which I very much appreciate. At this point, I'm saying, are you sure there's nothing else I can do? I'm more than happy to still come up and still do this job. I understand that she's going to be upset, but I just want to be able to redeem myself. Oh, my cat's upset. Baby! Ooh. So my cat was throwing a tantrum. At this point, just jumped on the tripod. I was asking Lucy, are you absolutely sure there's nothing else I can do? And she said, I don't think this is a good idea. You know, thank you for coming, thank you for still trying, but I think she'll manage on doing her own makeup. I said, okay, thank you for your time. Again, I am so deeply sorry, but there was nothing I could have done with getting off that tube, being stuck on the tracks. And she said, no, I completely understand. We'll probably sort that with the agency. And I just said thank you, and I left. Again, I call the agency. I just explained everything that happened, and I told them I will send you the screenshots from City Map, from where it says the trains were cancelled, just so they have that on record. So I send those through, and I just start kind of walking around thinking, oh my fluffing life. At this very moment, I was upset. I felt bad for a little bit, but then I realized, you know what, I'm not going to be made to feel villainized for a situation that was not under my control. Oh, the bin man is out there. Let's wait until he's done. Sorry about that, I had to wait until the bin man went on about his way. So yes, I was not about to let someone make me feel inferior just because of a situation that was out of my control. I mean, I can understand if I overslept, if I was dawdling, if I just didn't leave on time, if I was neglectful, that she could have been blaming me or saying you should have left earlier, but this person does not know how carefully I always plan out every single route. And if I can tell that there's going to be traffic, or somehow instinct just tells me that something's going to be wrong, if I even see on my mobile that there's going to be delays, or if there's on a bus going to be traffic, I always even leave earlier than that. Even in those cases, I will wait outside in the cold, in the heat, in the rain, just waiting until I can go start my booking. I do not, it's a very uncomfortable thing for me to be late, so this was just very After this instance, I had some time to kill between clients because now I had that extra hour that I wasn't going to be doing anything with. I just kind of walked around because at this point I was really shaky. I needed a coffee, which normally I fast till around 11 or 12. This was now 7:45-ish, 8-ish. I needed a coffee to calm my nerves, and that's when I made my little Instagram stories. So yes, I hope you guys enjoyed this story time. Oh yes, and I also managed to get my watch fixed. How long does it take a freelance MUA to get her watch fixed? About 7 months, because I don't have time. And at this very point, I realized I had the time. I happened to walk by one of those watch fixing places. I asked him, how long is it going to take you to fix this? He said 10 minutes, and oh my god, I actually got something taken care of. So something good did come of the situation. I fixed my watch. Oh, after 7 months of wearing a broken one. So there you go. That's my life at this point. I wear broken watches, but not anymore. If you guys enjoyed this story time, if you guys would like to see more of them, please let me know, and I will maybe tell some more stories of this crazy life in the hair and makeup artist industry, from working in a salon to now being a freelancer. I will think of a few and yes, give you guys an insight of what it's like to be a hair and makeup artist. So yes, I've worked now in the US, Germany and England, and I have also lived in Sweden and Scotland, so I should definitely have enough stories for you guys that I can probably tell. So yes, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys next time. Oh yeah, and also click the bell, because apparently that's now the only way you will know when I post a video. I don't know. So yes, click that bell, like, subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye!